I gotta tell you something I could do.
I think the best way to begin this video is to give you some details in regards to this launch. She came out with a stick foundation, obviously the primer, as well as a double-ended foundation brush. The double-ended foundation brush is called the Build and Buff double-ended foundation brush, and it retails for 44 Canadian dollars. The primer, which is called the Water Jelly Hydrating Face Primer, retails for 44 Canadian dollars, and it is 1.18 ounces or 35 milliliters, basically the same size as her original full filter foundation. And what it says, it's a face primer that quenches skin with a surge of moisture to create the perfect canvas for longer lasting flawless makeup. What else you need to know? This ultra hydrating skin complex helps to lock in moisture and keep your foundation in place. The unique jelly texture melts into the skin for quick hydration that provides a makeup ready canvas in seconds. So I actually watched her video where she talked about this, and she does say to apply your primer and allow it to sit a little bit before you go in with the foundation. So before I go in with the detail about the foundation, I'm just gonna go in with some of the primer. And honestly, it feels like water. It's so weird because when I first saw the foundation, the first thought I had in mind was the Milk Makeup primer, and I do not like the Milk Makeup primer for the life of me. Like, I cannot stand that primer. Quench? What quench? I don't find it hydrating in any way, and it says like Hydro Grip, and I feel like this is going in that direction. But opposed to it, it really does feel more like a serum, and she does say in her video like it's like skincare-ish, and I'm here for it. I much prefer the texture of this, and already it's starting to feel like a little bit tacky, and it really feels hydrating. I really love this. So I did go a nice decent pump, and I'm just gonna put some more, a little bit on my forehead over here. I did my makeup before because, well, most of my eye makeup, because I don't want to come here looking weird. So I'm just gonna do that, and I'm just gonna allow this to sit on there for a little bit. It doesn't particularly have an effect on my skin. Like, I don't feel like it's done anything to my pores. It just feels more tacky, and it does feel like hydrated. Like, my skin feels plump. That's how it feels. Not that it has like a stinging sensation or anything like that. It just feels plump, tacky. Foundation is called the Full Filter Skin Finish Buildable Coverage Foundation Stick, and I love the idea of a stick, and I love the idea of a buildable coverage foundation, because the issue I had with this foundation was that if you're really into full coverage foundation and you want to look like canvas, you want to look face tuned, this is definitely for you. I tend to, if I do use this, because this is actually in the shade 410G, which is really my summer shade. I have a video here reviewing it if you're interested. Totally check it out, but the quality is not what you're seeing right now. It's totally different, so you're warned. But do check it out if you're interested on my thoughts. The thing about this foundation is like super full coverage, and the smell of it is like, oh my god, it's just like a bottle of perfume. And I suppose that it's an aesthetic, it's a brand choice, but I am happy because this foundation, it comes in 39 shades. The shade I grabbed was Dolce de Leche in 350J, and this one was in 410J, so it's really that golden undertone that I'm going for. That's usually my vibe. Some foundation shades that match me really well are the Fenty 300 in wintertime, 310 summertime, or all time is like the NARS Syracuse, the Natural Radiant. That one is a foundation as well. That really works great for me. If you want, I have a playlist over here with a bunch of foundation reviews and all that. Check it out if you're interested. Some good stuff, especially if you're the same skin tone as me. It could be helpful. Also, my skin type is dry, so that's good to know, because that's the thing with this foundation. It's not the most dry skin friendly. You really have to hydrate a lot if you're gonna be wearing this. If you have oily skin, you probably love this a lot. Honestly, with the knowledge that I have now and how I tackle makeup in general, I wouldn't have purchased this foundation. I can honestly say I bought this because of the hype. I bought this because this is more my shtick. So what you need to know about this foundation, it is a lightweight foundation that glides on easily, providing customizable coverage with a natural looking skin-like finish. I love the sound of that. Like when this came out and I watched her video, I was really into the whole vibe. She kind of, I wouldn't say she dug at herself a little bit, but she obviously has evolved in her makeup preferences. The makeup trends as well have changed. It's no more really into that like super duper heavy, and this is really on par with all of that. So it says full to light coverage, so I really love the sound of that because some people like full coverage, some people like light coverage, and some people like something in the middle, and something in the middle. It has a natural finish. Natural finish is honestly my favorite finish. I like a radiant foundation, but I prefer natural finish foundation. For example, the NARS Syracuse one, really love that one. Another one that's like hydrating but kind of like more of a natural finish is the Reboot by Makeup Forever. Great foundation as well to check out. And obviously the formulation is in stick, and it says it's for normal, dry, combination, and oily skin types. And it says ingredient call out, this product is also cruelty free, so yay for cruelty free. This is also fragrance free, and that to me is like the first thing she should have said in this whole description, that this foundation is fragrance free. And I can confirm there's no scent to this, and I love it so much. Just for the fact that there's no scent is something I'm like, okay, this is top. Transfer proof, waterproof, humidity and sweat resistant. Formula melts into the skin for a natural filtered finish. Whether you prefer full or light coverage, the versatile formula will let you be the master of your complexion. Swipe it on, set it, and forget it for the rest of the day. Let's get into this. As you can see, I have some blemishes going here. Oh, I'm coming out of my period, but I'm really happy my period arrived. Anyway, listen, let's get into this. Yeah, so this is in 350G. Okay, it was a bit difficult in all honesty to find what shade to get, and I was hesitating between, obviously I was going off brown sugar because I'm like, okay, I'm around that but lighter. So I was looking also at Tres Leches, which is 320G, which is the shade just under this one. And I don't know, this kind of looks dark. I'm gonna put some comparison shades, like I'm gonna compare the original full filter, this shade, like this is what they look like next to each other, and also the concealer. I find that it's helpful. So we're gonna get into the application of this foundation, and I think it's only fair that we do one side with a brush and the other side with the sponge. The brush I'm using is the Sephora number 56 brush. I have a video here of my favorite brushes, check it out. And I'm gonna be using the Dose of Colors sponge. So we're gonna do one side at a time, and yeah, let's just go. This feels really heavy, and the attention to detail is just out of this world, and I love this square thingy. So let's go with let's see, let's go with this on this side and go in with the brush on this side. And yeah, the face really does feel tacky. I guess you can say that this is one layer with a brush, and it's very light, like it's not really done much, but it feels so light on the skin. Mad. I'm gonna do this side with my sponge, and my sponge is like nice and damp. I'm just looking at myself in the monitor, using that as my mirror, I suppose. It's so weird, like I feel like I have nothing on my skin, but it's obviously hidden some stuff here. So let's continue. I think I'm gonna go in like this. It feels like I have nothing on my face. Like I would say that maybe I should have gone with like a denser, a more densely packed brush. because this one is not dense enough, and I feel that with liquid formulas it works better, this kind, but with stick formula maybe something denser would be better. So that's a little notice, but I feel nothing on my skin. It's so weird. Like, it feels like I have nothing. It's kind of trippy. I just like to go in a little bit. Like, I feel like I could obviously be a little bit more heavy-handed, but I'd rather go in little by little and build up than put on too much and then just regret it. That's my souvenir from stick foundation. Like, I remember piling it on and not liking how it looked, so I'm going with that in mind. But wow, okay, this is really interesting. It looks really nice. Like, you can still see my skin peeking through, but it feels like there's nothing on my skin. Like, I feel I could go in more heavy-handed though. I think that's what I'm gonna do. And the texture really feels creamy, and it has no problem blending. It's just like I feel a denser brush would definitely be better. Oh yeah, I don't feel like I need to pack that much product on my forehead, and honestly the shade is not bad at all. I know on the arm it looked kind of like crazy, but obviously it's the inside of my arm and there's no sunlight coming on here at all. But this feels really nice. It really does feel like nothing, but it looks like skin. I'm gonna zoom your eyes in. This is the brush side. This is fabulous. I think I found my new favorite foundation. It's so weird because it's so trippy, because you feel like there's nothing happening, and then you just look into the mirror or like your whatever here and you're just like, wait a minute, this looks nice. So this is what it looks like on the sponge side. I'm happy with how this looks. I'm not mad at this. I can't say there's a side I prefer more than the other for now, but compared to my last foundation review I did, is wow. This is a mind bend. Like you can see, like, my skin, there's still some luminosity. I'm gonna finish up my makeup and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm done with all of my makeup, and I just love how everything looks. Like, this is mad. I think this is my new favorite foundation because it's everything I wanted and more. I feel like it's the NARS Natural Radiant, but in a stick form. That's how I feel like this is. Like, if you like that foundation, you're probably gonna like this. I'm not mad at this. By the way, this has 0.44 ounces or 12.5 grams, obviously less than a fluid ounce, which is a bit weird because I thought that since it was a buildable coverage foundation, maybe putting in a fluid ounce like the standard would be, I guess, appreciated. Because, for example, if you think of Le Teint Idole stick foundation, or even the Makeup Forever stick foundation Ultra HD, although that one is in a stick form, I feel like it has more coverage than the liquid. So since this has less coverage, I think I would have appreciated to have a full fluid ounce of product in here, especially as you saw as I applied. I think that if I had gone in a little bit more heavy-handed from the get, I might have not used as much foundation as I did. So that is something I'll need to check back in with you guys. But like, all in all, like, this is so nice. I didn't even need to set the rest of my face. I only set my under eye with the Charlotte Tilbury, the Airbrush Flawless Finish. This is in medium. I wasn't really into like the brightening effect since the Huda Beauty concealer is already super brightening, so I just wanted to set it with that. And I just did a little bit of like reverse contouring, I suppose, with this powder in this area, but the only places that have been set are under my eyes. I want to say it's been at least an hour and a half since I've done my makeup because I've been doing shit anyway. But yeah, this is what it looks like. I don't think I'm gonna have a wear test for this, but this looks so good and it photographs really beautifully. For the details on this look, I'll have all of that on Instagram, so be sure to follow me on Instagram at elrosaddiction. Dope things happening on there. But yeah, honestly, this foundation is really up my aisle. I love the fact that there is no scent on this. Like, coming back to what I said earlier in regards to using the sponge versus the brush, I would say if you are using it with a brush, go for a brush that's a little bit more densely packed. And I didn't really feel a difference between the side that used the sponge versus the side that used the brush, so I guess that's a good thing. Personally, I find that foundations that are used either with brush or sponge that come out well either or are usually really good foundation. So this in my book is like a really good foundation. Also, I don't know if I told you, but this is a little bit weighted. It's really nice. About the primer, yo, I'll have to test this for a couple of hours to see if it truly elongated the life of my foundation, but this primer is so nice. Oh my gosh, if you have dry skin, listen, get like, this is really nice. I really like the feeling of it. It was really hydrating. It's definitely, like she said, very serum-y, very skincare like. Oh my god, during winter time, this Canadian winters, listen, this feels really nice on the skin. Like, it doesn't feel tacky once you've put on, you know, whatever the heck it is you're putting on your face, but prior to that, like right before you put on like your foundation, you can actually feel that kind of, yeah, like lightly tacky sensation, but not in a, it's not in an annoying way that you're like, oh, this is gonna transfer everywhere, which is like a little of a mind bend. And I think that that's how I generally feel about this foundation, and that's what I'm going to leave you with. When she said that she was going from super duper high coverage to something more natural that feels really nice on the skin, that you actually don't feel on your skin, like honestly, the only thing I'm feeling on my face right now are my earrings and my lashes. Like, that's all. I don't feel like I have anything on my face. Like, it feels so nice and it's like not transferring. Oh my gosh, if you have dry skin, I think you're really going to enjoy this combination. Like, do you need to get them both to feel the full experience of it? Honestly, at this time, I cannot answer that. But upon trying it, I'm not mad at this. Like, I'm actually not mad at this. Like, I'm ending the year with actually a new foundation that I just, oh, this is so nice. Compared to my last foundation review, I'm really liking this. And if you like this video and it's helpful to you, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. Also, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell. Yo, like, my analytics are telling me that more and more of you are actually getting on the notification squad and clicking through the notification, and that just makes my heart so happy, and I'm just, thank you so much. So yeah, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the comments. I love you. Enjoy the videos that have just popped up on the screen, and I will see you soon. Yeah. Bye.